Hello. Right, today a chicken and vegetable pie with gravy. I've done this, about the kitchen. I've got so much work and it's just, I've only got a small kitchen and it's just full with stuff at the moment. And I've got pans going here and all sorts. So chicken and vegetable pie with gravy. I've done this so basic for the people who are not so confident with cooking, baking, novice. There's not much to do. I pre-bought everything, so which I normally don't do. I like to cook everything from scratch. So the pastry, it's short crust. Go out, buy it. I've done it just to make this easy for everybody. I'm using tinned mixed vegetables, so you don't have to cook any vegetables. The only thing you have to cook is onions. The chicken, I'm using roast chicken, already bought, pre-cooked. I've got 2 large chicken breasts. You can use chicken legs and take the skin off and debone. It'll probably work out cheaper. Excuse me. The quantities, it depends how much your size. I'm doing for a customer 2 6-inch, about roughly an inch deep. So this is based on that. So if you're using smaller, then you're obviously going to need less. If you want to do puff pastry, buy puff pastry. And you want to keep it in the fridge to the last minute. Okay, because it's better working with cold pastry. Now, containers, ideally use foil. Get them from some shops online. Foil pie containers. The reason is, when it's cooked, by the way, you have to butter it all. You can just snip the edge, pull it all down, slide your pie out. If you're using metal, glassware, stoneware, then I would recommend put some butter in, get some parchment paper, baking paper, cut a section out for the base, then cut a strip out to go around the inner edge, but you have to cut it into sections because it won't go in, it'll all crease up, and the butter is just used to stick it to, and that's that. And then you can just tip it out, get a plate and do that. Then take the container off, but if you're going to eat it out straight out of there, then you don't need the parchment paper, and if it sticks it doesn't really matter, does it? So I've just got a pan going, just reheating everything up, just to save time. Now I've already done half a pie, just to save time. I've done some pastry as well, so let me just turn that over. I'm very disorganised, man. I've got so much going on, my head's right, what else are you going to need? Like with most of my recipes, you don't have to put all this stuff in. If you're not great, it doesn't matter. If you want to put extra in, extra. I'm going to use some English mustard powder. You can use the paste, you can use the American, or you don't have to use it. And I'm also going to put some sage, but you can put garlic, tarragon in. If you want tarragon, go as well, chicken, or you can put it all in, or none at all. And then you need some chicken gravy granules. Now, I sent my mum out and I said, can you get me some chicken gravy granules? And she comes back with this stuff. Never used it. And this is, by the way, the first time I've made this pie. So, the problem with pie making is the bottom. How do you know the bottom's done? Well, you don't. So, what you do, you make the bottom, and what goes into the case, thinner than you do the top. The top cooks quicker, so the top is always a little bit thicker. And it's just trial and error. Once you've made it and you find that it's raw, if you can put it back in the oven, put it back in the oven and cover the top. If the top's already done, cover it with foil. And it's just trial and error. It works for me. Sometimes, once you've made one, then you know, because you just follow the timing and the oven temperature, and that's it. But it's the first time, like the first time I've done this. Sorry, where's my towel? I don't want to itch my face. So, just itching, I'm covered in flour. So that's it. Right, so I'm going to turn the camera around and let me wash my hands. I don't be handling stuff when I just itch my face. Right, so I'll turn it around and we'll get going and we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed, like I said, first time I've done it. I don't edit anything, you see how it is. That's why I make mistakes, and I don't have nothing scripted, I just remember it in my head. So here we go. Very basic. Let's turn the camera around. If I can get you on. There we go. You can see. Let me turn it up. Right. So this is for the top first. So for the top, do that. Then we cut this. You roughly want about 1/2 inch to 1 inch out. It's always doing, no, I say about 1/2 inch, which is to your knuckle on your thumb. You always want it a bit bigger. It doesn't have to be perfect, round. Okay. Oh, make sure your worktop is floured. Don't be scared of using too much flour. Any flour. Alright, so pat that in the excess and just make sure it fits over the top. If it's too big, see, we can always trim it. If it's too small, then you have to start rolling it out. And we won't. There we do. Just cut a little bit off. You don't want it too big, just a little bit overlapping. You need some for when you're crimping. Okay, so you want some excess. So there we go. That's right. We'll put that out of the way. Now, like I said, everything's pre-bought. Get rid of that. I've not made it, so I'm making it simple for you. We're not going to need all that. So we'll cut. I'd rather make my own. This is so simple to make. Get rid of that. We might add that in. I'll show you. This has been in the fridge, so it's put that, add that with it. Right. So we don't waste it. You can freeze. This is frozen, by the way. I've defrosted it overnight, and you can put it in a bag and refreeze it. You can do the same if you're making it yourself. So this is the top. Is it? No, this is going to go inside. So we want it a little bit thinner than the top. I've done the top at what? I don't know. It's about, you can see, about 2-3 mil thick. About like a 2p piece. The top wants to be a bit thicker, maybe like a pound coin, 5 mil. Sorry if you're watching abroad with the measurements. Right. By the way, 1 inch is roughly 2.5 centimetre, approximately. Right. May not have enough pastry here. Just cleanse it. May have to put some more here. This looks a little bit too small. Don't want it too thin. Well, it's going to break when you lift it up. Right. And yes, I do have a bigger rolling pin. I'd rather use this. I feel like I've got more control. Right, let's have a look at that. Right. So we'll tip that up. Yep. Oh yeah, plenty. Right. Now what we'll do here, so this will do if you've got a dish like that, so let me move this, you can't really see anything. If you've got a dish like that, then obviously it's different. So this is straight edge. So you want that. That is about up to my knuckle. Then you want that again. So you want it a thumb length. Like I said, it all depends how deep yours is. So I'm doing a thumb length, and what you do, so a thumb length you do at 12 o'clock, approximately, 1/4 past, imagine it's a clock, 1/2 past, and 1/4 to. Then, you're joining them all together. So, that should be the right size, hopefully. I've got a tickly throat. Right, yeah, I've got a tickly throat today. So that should go in there. Yes, and you've got excess, which is what you want. Gently push it down. If it creases up, as you can see, it gets a crease like that. Just stretch it out. I don't feel you can see this very well. Let's turn that round. Right, so that's that. Push that out the way. Oh, you can see how thick it is. Yep. Alright, get rid of this. I'll put this in a bag later and freeze it for another day. You can just stretch it out in places where it's not quite long enough. Right. Let me just get rid of this. Right, so I'll let me wash my hands, get this flour off. Right, okay, I'm going to turn the camera around and see we've got a cook. Right, just bear with me. Right, so I'm going to turn the camera around and see what I'm doing on the cooker. Tell you what, my tripod is got a mind of its own, everything today. Nothing's going right for me, but anyway. Right, a little bit of oil, teaspoon of oil in the pan. Turn the heat on. Want it quite hot. I'm going to put the oven on, preheat the oven to 160 for fan, which is gas mark 3. Conventional oven is 180, which is gas mark 4. I'm preheating mine. Right, so and bear in mind this is for 2 6-inch, so you may have to reduce, or depending how big yours is. I've got 1 large onion, 1 celery stick. Don't ask me why I put celery in all my pies, I just do. Right, so okay, let me get a spatula. All we're doing now is softening this up. The chicken is already cooked. What I'm worried about is this gravy. So what we're looking for a thick consistency. You don't want it gloopy and you don't want it watery. Okay, so I've read the instructions, but ideally you want gravy granules like this. So they look, I don't think this has ever been opened now, but I couldn't use that, but this is southern style, like KFC flavour. So I don't fancy using it. And the other ones I've got a beef. Right. So I love the smell of fried onions. Oh, that's nice. Right. So yeah, like I said, you don't have to use mustard, what herbs you want. Really, it's up to you. You can buy your chicken raw and cook it yourself. I'm just trying to make this simple. Take the skin off, by the way. Make sure it's got no bones in it if you're using part of the chicken with bones. You don't want to end up choking on your pie, do you? So, right, what shall we do? Let's put the kettle on, get some hot water. Right, I'm going to open this tin. So this is mixed vegetables. You can cook your own from scratch if you want. You could put, sorry, it's getting a bit nervous. You could put mushrooms in if you wanted to. It's up to you. Just drain the excess liquid out. Get that out. All that. Yeah, you can put mushrooms in it if you want. This is not the creamy chicken, the white stuff. That's different. You could put asparagus in it if you want it, chicken asparagus. Now, you can't buy, I've looked in all the major supermarkets, smaller shops, you can't buy family size roast chicken and vegetable pies. Did you know that? I don't know why they don't do it. They do small ones. You can't buy a big one. You can just get plain roast chicken, but not with vegetables. Don't know why they don't do it. But anyway, so therefore, if anyone says, did you make? Yeah, I did. You try and go and buy one. Maybe mistaken, I can't find it. I don't know why I mess about with a pen like that. Just leave it alone. Right, so what we're going to do, put these vegetables in. Like I said, these are already cooked, so if you're going to do raw, use a mixture here if you want, and cook them to the top, then chop them all up about the same size. Ready? Put the chicken in. Just warm that through. You can't get, the only way you're going to get simpler than this, if you go out and buy a chicken pie really. What I'm going to do now, I'll get a spoon. You can, like I say, you don't have to put mustard in, put American in, just half a teaspoon, just a little bit more, just gives it a bit of a kick. I'm going to put sage, put tarragon, garlic, put a teaspoon in, heat teaspoon, back, give this a mix. There's a lot there. This is going to be way too much, and I can't eat it because I don't like chicken pies. I like chicken, but not chicken pies. Right, so now I'm going to have to experiment with this, with the water. So, like I say, I've not used this before. Don't know how it's going to work out. Oh God, right, okay. I think it's the same, but in powdered form. Right, get a little spatula. Right, so I'm going to try putting, how much is that? We've got 200 ml. So it's 200 millilitres. Then I'm going to need more water than that. We'll see how it goes. Now this is for casseroles. Ah, it's alright, it's not coming. Alright. Any excess liquid you can drain off really. I'll show you the consistency. That's not too bad actually. I'm going to put a little bit more water in because it will keep thickening up this. So we've now got, let me have a look. What's that? 200, just over 200, 250. This should thicken up even more. Okay. So I don't, yeah, not over keen on this stuff. No, I don't really like it. But got no choice. Right. We'll mix that in. So the problem is, if you have it too runny, your pastry's just going to go soggy. It's just not going to, no, so you want it thick. It's not what I wanted it to be really, this. Not, like I said, it's the first time you experiment. It's not too bad actually. Just keep mixing it all in. Yeah, it actually smells quite good. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll put a little touch more water. Just a touch, so you can see. Actually, it does smell nice. I put some seasoning in. Right, my oven, I'll turn that off because it's done. My oven will keep warm for ages on this. Bit of salt. We'll use black pepper. You could use white. Right, let's turn this off. That actually is pretty good. I'm surprised at myself. I suppose you could eat this, just put it on your plate. It does smell really nice. Right, okay. So let me get this baking tray. No, I won't. Yes, I will. I'll fill this up. Get a spoon with slots on. Don't want too much. So if you've got one of them, it's gonna way too. I might actually eat this on its own if there's any left. Oh, and I'll keep saying how well it smells. Wow. Try not to get it on the edge like I'm doing. And you don't get that much chicken in the stuff you buy. Yeah, I've got way a lot. Push it down a little. Another one, because I'm doing 2 for this customer. It'll fit on. Should do, I've measured it, yep. Oh, yeah. Not bad for my first attempt, I must say. I hope she likes it. I think actually it's a good guess, that. Good guess. Get the chicken out, so I don't mind throwing that bit of veg away, but you don't want to waste chicken, do you? It costs money. So we'll put the chicken in. The rest can go in the bin. There's only a little tiny bit left. I'm not going to bother with that. So get rid of that. Right, I'm going to bring the camera back round. Oh, pretty heavy then. Wow. Right, bring the camera round. And you see them? Those 2 lovely pies. Right, so 1 egg whisked up. Okay, so egg wash around the edge. This acts as a glue. So we'll do that. Right, just get any excess flour. I think I'll do that as well. Go around the edge. Right. Didn't take long really, did it? So what we'll do, we'll get some scissors, cut the excess off along there. Don't need this. You can't use this because it's got egg on it. You have to just throw it away. Get rid. Turn it around. Cheap enough to buy. You can make it. It's always better to have excess. You can't get it out. And not enough. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use my 2 fingers and my thumbs underneath. Or you can just use 1. So better use it the other way around. Let's take this off here. No, I won't. Don't know what I'm doing. Just use your finger and thumb. Use your thumb on top if you can. It just gives it a nice I'm left-handed, as you can see. So I'm right. Should be able to get it. You don't need to pinch a hole in this in the bottom, core a slat in the middle. Don't think it needs it with this. You do with puff pastry because of the steam. Yeah, so you'll be using puff pastry because of the steam it creates. You're going to need cut a little hole in the middle to let the steam out. So egg wash the top. This helps it brown. Otherwise it's going to just take that out a minute. I have more working space now. Right. So you can't really get simpler than that, can you? And it's got no rubbish put into it. You know exactly what's gone into it. Might be a bit thick, that I'm worried about that. No, we'll be alright. The worst part of doing this, or any flour stuff, cleaning up everywhere, especially for me, it's all over. It's on the floor, then I walk into my living room. Right. So, again, this is a bit long. Oh, right, I know what I've done. That's okay, let's cut some off. Forgot to cut off. Get rid. Get rid. There's not much wasted really. Right, so we start. Simple technique this. You can do, put your fingers like that, push through and get a fancy shape. Or you get a dowel, put your fingers and press it in. You can use a fork. That's a bit much. I'm going to have to go around and trim this up again. It's way too much excess and it's quite thick. We don't want. There you go, that's better. Oh yeah. Don't matter if you do have a lot overhanging and you just want to cook it. You'd be like the pastry. I'm going to cut some more off there. It's a bit too much. I have a feeling for the pastry case and the foil underneath. Tidy it up a bit. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Look at that. Lovely pie. Give it a good egg wash. You could sprinkle some herbs on top if you wanted to make it look better, or you could like get some of this and do a name, letters, put it on top. Let's have a go. Let's have a go. I can do. This is just spur of the moment. Don't know whether this is going to work. Get rid of that. Trim it up. Just like that. I didn't plan to do this. Let's see what I'm going to do. I don't think it's going to work. Right, let's have a look. Put this up. Put that up. And last one. Chicks. C-I-K. So just a quick, something quick, spur of the moment, that's what I'll do. C-I-K. And get some pastry. Nope. Shouldn't be mixing with that because I'm going to save that, get rid of these. They're no good. Right. So I'm going to go do this now. Let's have a look. I keep throwing it there. Right, oh yeah, I've got it. I'll cut that one in. Cut that one down. I don't know why I've done that, but there you go. There goes that. I'm not going to do the other one. There you go. Let's get you a step away. Right. I don't know. Something quick I did. You've got to do lettering. Take your time over it. Right. But right. So we're going to put that in the oven. Preheated. Mine's a fan assisted, so I'm doing at 160, which is gas mark. Put this up so you can see me talking. Which is gas mark 3. My tripod's going to fall off. Or if none are fan assisted, it's 180. I'll do 170, 175, which is gas mark 4. I don't know. Maybe I think you'd better do it at 160. Regardless, might be a bit hot because you don't want the top burning before the bottom. So I'm going to stick these in the oven and I'll take them out when they're done and come back and show you. Right, pies are done. They come out perfect. I've checked them. I'm going to show you, and then I'll go roughly. I'll go over the ingredients again. But I'll show you the pies. Let me just turn this around. There we go. Oh, look at them, the beauties, and they are done. I've checked. Perfect. I don't think you can get better than that. Can't get better. So, right. Yeah, I've still got that tickly cough. It won't go away. So I'm using pre-bought short crust pastry. You can use puff pastry if you want. It's up to you. Pie pastry, you can't buy it. I don't know why they don't do it. You have to make it. And all it is, short crust pastry made with lard shortening. Or you can put half butter, half lard. It's up to you if you're going to make it from scratch. Pre-bought chicken. I'm using chicken breast. There's 2 in there. Bear in mind there's 2 6-inch pies there. I'm using 1 large onion, 1 celery stick chopped up finely, a tin of mixed vegetables, some mustard powder, some sage, chicken gravy granules with, I use 50 millilitres of water. Put in a pan, cook it all through. Cut your celery first to soften them, throw the rest in. Roll your pastry out as you've seen before, fill them up in the oven, 160. Mine took 50 minutes at 160 on a fan, which is gas mark 3, I think. If you've got a conventional oven, then you want about 170, 175. Now, all oven temperatures are different, so you may have to keep checking it and so on. And you don't want it too high, or the top will burn before the bottom's done. And if you're using glassware, earthenware, they may take a bit longer. If the top starts burning, you think the side's not done, the bottom, put foil on. Foil will stop it from reduce the temperature on top. Like I said, all cookers are different, and I have, even mine, I have a thermal gun, tells me my temperature. So it does all sorts of things. I can do one particular area of anything. It's got a laser on, and but yeah, so there you go. They're fairly cheap to buy. This is a basic one, but does the job. So that's it. The cost of them, for one of them, I think it's about £1.50, £2 to make. The pastry was about, for that big pack, and I've still got half a pack left, I think was a couple of pound, £2. The chicken breasts were the most expensive. They worked out £2 something. The tin of veg was about 40 or 50 pence. Then everything else about another £1, and I got 2. So that's it really. Now I've got to prepare for Christmas. I've got about 100 mince pies to do, at least 200 different types of pies, meat, beef, pork. What else have they got to do? Steak, cheese and onion, chili, beef pies, curry pies. I've got several U-logs to do, bakewell tarts, mint chocolate fudge, different types of truffles, Black Forest gateaus, all sorts of stuff. And I can only do them about 3 or 4 days before Christmas because I'm limited. So that's that. I'm going to go now. Put these, let them cool right down before I put them in the fridge. And then the customer collects them tomorrow. I hope you enjoy them. All right. For another time. Have a good day.